Brace yourself for the truth, because it's ugly. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tam here with Laugh and Grow with Tam, and on my channel I help you grow with real talk and a side of laughter. Let's get into this video, y'all. So I'm gonna give this to y'all as real as I know how. For the longest, I mean the longest, a majority of my life, I've always felt that I was ugly and that I was not pretty enough. So much so that for years people were telling me to start a YouTube channel, and I refused because I didn't think I was pretty enough. I didn't think I had the look. And I was very, very self-conscious. If you go back and look at my channel, I started off kind of like vlogging, and then I started doing videos like this where I was talking in front of the camera. And I literally would not do a video without putting on makeup, which, by the way, the makeup was horribly applied, but here we are. I was self-conscious about my teeth. You can see that I had braces. And I literally hated how I looked, and I hated myself. I didn't like anything about myself. I thought that my body was not good enough. I didn't like the way I looked. I felt like I was too big. I felt like, I didn't like my facial features. I didn't like anything about myself. And I grew up with that mindset. I mean, since I was little, I always thought that I was not good enough. I was bullied, as far as I can remember, as early as back as first grade. I remember being bullied about how I looked, about not being good enough, I just remember things that really plagued me and shaped the woman that I became until I recently walked in healing. But y'all, I literally, there's so much that we could talk about here. I'm trying to make sure I don't skip out on anything, but y'all, I made so many dumb decisions because I didn't feel pretty enough. I was in so many toxic, jacked up relationships because I didn't feel pretty enough. I accepted less than because I didn't feel pretty enough. I didn't see who I was. I didn't value who I was. I always felt like the ugly friend. I always felt like in my group of friends, I was always the one that felt ugly. I always felt like I was the last pick. I was the one that people saw after the fact. I always questioned if I was ever pretty. So much so that when my husband came into my life, he didn't understand why my self-esteem was so low. He didn't understand, like, why do you think you're ugly? You're not ugly at all. You're actually really pretty. I didn't know that. I never knew that. And I allowed myself to be treated and be disrespected by men because I felt like, well, if I don't, here's somebody that's attracted to me. If I don't take advantage of that, I'll never be with anyone. Which is a sad, sad way to live. Y'all, I literally did not go to parties in high school, like my friends' sweet 16s and 18th birthdays. The ones that I did attend, it took everything in me to go because I was insecure. I was like, nobody's gonna want to dance with me. Nobody's gonna want to be around me. And let's be honest, y'all, that was not the case. I had people interested in me, but I couldn't see past what I felt about myself. And it's crazy because I just think about decisions that I made. Like, y'all, I made some dumb decisions. Like, dumb. I mean, saying yes to things that I knew convicted me only to appease somebody because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't pretty enough. Y'all, I could have been on YouTube way sooner, but I was like, nobody gonna look at me. Nobody wants to see me. Y'all, I'll never forget when I first started my business, I got some headshots done. And I remember looking at the picture and being in tears because I was like, I don't like that picture. I look ugly. And I was like, I can't be the face of my business looking like this. Nobody's going to want to come be a part of this and I look like that. And I never forget, I looked at my husband and I said, babe, I don't know how we're going to figure it out, but I was like, I need to get braces. If you've ever had braces, you know that they're very expensive. And at the time, we were struggling, okay? And I was like, babe, we got to figure it out. Like, I need to get braces because I can't do this. And I remember my husband just being like, what? Why do you not seeing yourself? Like, why do you think that you're ugly? And I could never really explain it to him because it was something that at that point that I had lived with for all of my life. All of my life, I always felt ugly. All of my life. I mean, I have friends right now, or former friends, that could tell you, they could come on my channel and tell you times that I've sat with them and cried and said, I'm ugly. Nobody likes me. And you pair that with already feeling like you're not good enough, already feeling like it, child, it was a struggle for me. I mean, so much so that like I literally would just stay in my room. Like in college, there were certain things I just wouldn't even bring myself to go to because I was scared. I was literally scared of how people were going to respond to me. I remember when I taught middle school. Now, this is deep. I don't think I've ever told anybody this. So here we are. I remember when I was teaching middle school, I remember being so afraid of what those middle school kids were going to think of me. At 24 years old, y'all, I was 24. These babies were 13, 12. And I literally was scared that they were going to talk about me and talk about how ugly I was and make fun of me. I mean, this is the type of stuff that I carried with me into my adult years. Sometimes I would be afraid to go into interviews because I'm like, they're not going to hire me because I'm not pretty. I mean, things like that, y'all, that's crazy to think that that was my mindset. And it doggone near brings me to tears now because I'm like, dang, so many opportunities I walked away from because I didn't feel like I was pretty enough or good enough. And I said all that to say, y'all, how many times have we downplayed ourselves because we haven't done the work that we need to do to heal? How many opportunities have we missed because we didn't think we were pretty enough or good enough? Your story may not be that you had low self-esteem and didn't think you were pretty. Your story may be that you feel like you're not smart enough. You feel like you're not capable, right? So many people have their different things. For me, I always felt ugly. And I carried that with me. I always felt like my complexion was the reason why people didn't want to be around me. I mean, it's deep, y'all. And so as God walked me through that healing, I'll tell you some of the things that I did to heal. I had to sit with myself. I had to sit with myself. And then I also had to solicit the people around me to say, what is it that you like about me? Because I don't know. I started listening to people. Like without even asking questions, I just started listening to people around me and the things they would say about me and concerning me. And I started realizing, okay, these people don't think this about me. I think that about myself. So then I began to search myself and say, Tamara, why don't you feel pretty enough? What's the issue? And as I began to search myself, that's when I realized, okay, baby girl, you got to heal. You got to heal from the little girls that bullied you and told you wasn't pretty. You got to heal from them little boys that treated you wrong. You got to heal. And when I began to heal, y'all, I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, she pretty. Because what I realized was that I fell in love with myself. I fell in love with my personality. I love the fact that I give people my all. I love the fact that I make people laugh. I love the fact that I like to put smiles on people's faces. I love the fact that I go above and beyond for the ones that I love. I love the fact that I'm a go-getter. I love the fact that I'm a fighter. I love that about myself. And as I began to fall in love with who I was, then I was able to see the outer beauty, because I fell in love with the inner beauty first. And as I began to heal and start looking at myself, I'm like, girl, you is fine. Look at you, girl, you cute. And so if I never go another day without makeup, I know that I'm beautiful. If I gain 600 pounds, I'm beautiful. Now, we ain't doing that health-wise. But if I do, I'm beautiful. Man, my weight has fluctuated so much since I've been married. I mean, I am nowhere near the way I was when we first got married. My weight has fluctuated up and down, up and down, up and down. And in the midst of that, I've had to accept the weight that I'm at now and be okay with it and say, okay, yeah, I may have to go up 2 sizes, but it's still cute. I may be a little bit thicker in the waist, but I'm still cute, right? My hair may not be doing everything it needs to do. I may be having postpartum hair loss, but I'm still cute, right? And it's not even about my physical appearance. It's the inner man. I worked on that, and that's where the beauty came from. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I could have got a lot deeper, but maybe another video. But I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank y'all for watching.